So tomorrow I'm going on a pretty long road trip, probably going to be in the car about 5 hours and driving the whole way. I'm sure we'll take breaks, but I wanted to set myself up today a little bit better prepared to go be in the car tomorrow. So I'm going to work through a bunch of really good standing poses to kind of lengthen and strengthen my legs to help loosen my lower back and feel better prepared to sit for a long period of time. So let's start in table position. Hands right under shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and just breathe in as you bring your chest forward. Lift your tail just slightly, but draw your belly in. Look straight ahead. As you exhale, draw head down, tail down, and really round from head to tail and from shoulder to shoulder. As you breathe in, come back into cow position, like you're trying to draw your chest through the frame of your arms. Keep your belly strong, point your toes. As you exhale, round again from head to tail, drawing up through your abdominals, pressing your hands firmly into the ground. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, looking straight ahead, shoulders drawing slightly back. Exhale, round. Inhale, draw forward. Exhale, and cat pose. Good. Coming back into neutral, I'm going to tuck my toes under and slide my hips up and back into the sky. Start to pedal out my feet. Press one heel down and then the other. Bending the opposite knee. Just starting to lengthen out the back of the legs a little bit as I continue to lengthen my spine. So keep your hands firmly grounded, but lengthen your hips straight back to the wall behind you, just at hip height. Don't lift your hips up to the ceiling. Just draw them straight back to the wall behind you. Good. From here, I'm going to close the space a little bit between my feet and warm up the whole body so I can do these poses. Take your right leg up into the sky. Find a nice lift. As you exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose. Shift forward until your arms are straight up and down. Breathe in, shift the hips back, lift that leg again. Maybe lift it a little bit higher. I don't know, you can try. Exhale, squeezing through the abdominals, lifting your thigh towards your chest, rounding your spine. One more time. Down dog split, lifting that thigh high into the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Strong through that left leg, strong through the left leg. Good. One more time into the sky. This time we're going to slow motion step forward into a lunge. Ground your back foot for warrior two. So feet are perpendicular. Lift up. Extend the arms out to the side. I'm opening the hips for the first time in my practice here. Good. I'm going to breathe in and just lift the arms overhead till my hands touch. Feeling that length through the spine. Breathe out, push arms apart and down. Lift up through your belly. Good. Inhale, reverse warrior. Let's just hold here for a moment. You can either reach straight up to the sky. That might be just enough. That might be enough to lengthen the right side of your body. Keep bending your front knee. Try not to lose that bend. You want to be really stable in that leg. You might start to reach a little bit more towards the back wall, a little bit more behind you. It's up to you. Try not to sink into this left side. Don't sink into the back leg. Rather, push a little bit off of it. Lift up through your chest and engage the left side of your waistline. Good. From here, I'm going to come back into warrior two. Just straighten my legs for a moment. Reach up towards the sky again. Feel your hands touch. As you exhale, go back into warrior two. Just descending a little bit more. Maybe going just a little bit deeper into the bend. I'm going to come forward into side angle pose. Bring your elbow to your thigh. Again, don't lean on your leg. You want to instead kind of push off of it and lift up through your chest. Take your left arm either straight up to the sky if shoulders feel super tight, or extend the arm all the way overhead so you have a long diagonal from fingertips all the way back to your left heel. Slide your right hip underneath your body and see if you can take a slight twist with the torso to the left. just a slight twist. Maybe your head can turn left also to help encourage. Have lots of space between your left arm and your head, right? You might even bend your left elbow slightly to relax those shoulders. Let's draw back up. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg and pivot on your right heel so your feet are parallel. Take your hands to your hips. Lift your chest. You might need to change the space between your feet. You can adjust as you need as you come down. Take a slight back bend here. That means lift your heart up towards the sky. Draw your shoulder blades slightly together. And then as you exhale, come down into a forward bend. Nice wide-legged forward bend. Fingertips can come to the floor or your legs, doesn't matter. Something you can reach. Let your head relax. Spine might be slightly rounded. That's okay. Try not to be heel heavy. Try not to be super heavy in your heels. That can strain your back. It means you're not using the strength of your legs. So try to be slightly heavier in the front of the foot. Good. We're going to inhale and lift up. Lift up through the chest. Walk your hands over towards your right foot. We're going to shift forward. I'm going to use the wall this time. I'm going to use the wall. I'm going to lift up into half moon pose. You can put a block under your hand. If you don't have a block, use a cookbook or a box. It doesn't matter. You don't need fancy yoga props to do yoga. You want to shift your weight over that right leg and extend through all your limbs. Left leg is at hip height. The nice thing here is I can rest my hip right against the wall. Right against the wall, so I can let go of straining to balance, right? And just get that nice opening in the legs. You might extend your left arm up. You might even let your head drop completely. Now that you're balanced, you don't need your eyes so much for balance. You can let your head drop and relax against the wall. Get a nice neck release. From here, I'm going to kind of seemingly collapse, but just bring my feet about hips distance apart, bend my knees, and drop my torso down into a forward bend. Torso hanging over the legs. Try again not to be heel heavy here. Place your hands on your shins. Lengthen out through the spine. And fold again. I'm going to do an about face here so I can use the wall on the other side. Come back into downward facing dog. We'll start the other side. Feet are a little bit close. Left leg rises into the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Focus on that rounded spine. I'm trying to keep the body warm. Inhale, lengthen. So we're using our legs, our arms, our core, basically our entire body here. Exhale. Empty your breath all the way out. Let's do one more before we step forward. One more. So lift that thigh high in the sky. Exhale. Inhale, lift, 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 and exhale, step forward. If your foot doesn't reach, you just grab it with your hand and pull it forward. Ground your back foot perpendicular. Rise up, warrior two. Take a moment, align your shoulders over your hips. I'm going to lift the arms up into the sky just to emphasize that length in both sides of the body. Exhale back out. Coming into reverse warrior. Lift that left arm up. Slight push off the back leg. I can use my hand to push just a little bit off the back leg, but bend your knee, bend your knee. Squeeze the right side of your waistline. Even though your legs move apart in space, it feels like they're hugging towards one another. Release that. Come back to warrior two. Unlock your legs. Unlock your legs. So straighten them. Lift up again. Lift up. Feel your hands touch. Go back into warrior two. Side angle pose. Here we go. Elbow to knee. Not leaning. I'm lifting. Lifting through my chest. That means belly and legs do a lot of work. Arm goes straight up to the sky or full diagonal. Remember that little tiny twist. So you're rotating slightly to the right as you draw your left hip underneath you. Relax down the shoulders. They are working, but not too much. Good. Rise back up. Warrior two. Straighten your leg. Pivot on your heel. Feet are parallel. Grab your hips. Lift your chest. Slight back bend. Exhale and fold. Maybe this time grabbing the ankles. You can slide your hand to the back of the ankles or legs and gently draw yourself a little deeper into fold, like you're bringing your chest and thighs close together. Don't be heel heavy. Keep that weight slightly forward. Use your strong legs. I'm going to lift up halfway. Put your hands under your shoulders. Lift up halfway, then walk your hands to the left. Shift forward. Lean that left hip against the wall. You might have to scooch a little closer so you have room. Extend through your right leg lots and lots. Your right arm can as well. Doesn't have to. You might even be able to lay your shoulders against the wall. Maybe drop and relax the head. Keep breathing really fully, adding lots of life to your pose. It's never really a static pose, even if we're holding it, because you're breathing. Good. Sort of collapse. Find this collapse. Both feet, both hands down, space between your feet. Bend your knees slightly and drop your head. From here, I'm going to roll up nice and slow all the way to standing with strong legs, knees bent. Straighten your legs as you stand. Lift your arms up overhead. Feel your hands touch, and then bring them to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth all the way. If you want, you can do this cycle again. Start the video again. Do it one more time. Repetition is fantastic. But if all you have is 10 minutes, that's great. Ready for yoga? Yeah.